Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to the Fish Locker out on the boat. Out on a wonderful afternoon on the boat. I've took myself tight inside of here just to be able to talk to you because there is a little bit of a breeze. We might get a bit of a breeze when we get out there. I'm out to go and do the pots. That's it. Let's go. Unfortunately, that breeze and the little tiny bit of tide that we've got left, just a little bit too much, and one of the pots is hitched up on the bottom. That was all it needed. There we are. Oh. Well, got a surprise in that one. Don't know if you can see it. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that in there, but because we've had a spate of thefts, I've been working the pots in deeper water. It does make them harder to pull, but at the same time, that little bit of wind that we've got wasn't making it easy for me either. Before anyone even thinks of saying it, I don't want or need a hauler for the boat. I've explained it dozens of times. You don't know anything that I don't know. You haven't got any ideas that I haven't thought of. A hauler would ruin the boat. When we get to the stage where I can't haul my pots by hand, I'm going to stop working them. Little velvet swimming crab. Slightly bigger velvet swimming crab. Oh. And an undersized lobster. Now that's going to be a handful to get out of there. I'm going to do that last. First thing to note is this. That was a rockling. A rockling's gone in the pot and them lobsters have killed it and started eating it. But that there is what's left of a monkfish skull. First one out of the pot might be big enough actually. No. 87mm. 3mm undersized. This little lady. This one looks slightly bigger. Bang on 90. Bang on. Measure that twice. Yeah, exactly 90mm. Minimum landing size is 90. This one is the minimum landing size. So we've got one to keep. Now let's have a look Now what's going on in this pot here? Last year we had an invasion of large Mediterranean octopus. I'm speaking to some of the old boys, like the old fishermen. They said it used to happen like a few decades ago, where every now and again there'd just be an influx of them. Well, this is a large Mediterranean octopus. Look at that. Now we get the common octopus in the UK is about the size of my fist. It's got a body about the size of a tennis ball, and they're like a nice orange colour, a bit like a grapefruit, you know, like a blood orange. You can tell this is a Mediterranean octopus because it is gruesome. Look at it. Got colours on it, black and rust, and the length of its tentacles as well. This guy has probably got a reach on him of 3 feet. I have absolutely no qualms in taking these because it's invasive to the local area. Last year they wreaked havoc. They were in the commercial boys, they're like commercial lobster potmen that were working best part of like 300, 400 pots. They were getting hundreds of them, and they just destroy everything. They move into an area and nothing gets away. Crabs, lobsters, scallops, any type of shellfish like that these guys can catch, they eat. It upsets the natural balance of the local ecosystem when an invasive predator like this moves in. Spiny starfish, the rest of another monk skull, and a little brown edible crab. Now that last pot was hard to bring up because it got wrapped up in this sugar kelp. Now the reason they call it sugar kelp is because when you dry it, it creates like a white substance, like a white powdery substance on the skin of it. It's not because it tastes overly sugary. But yeah, relatively fresh. You could eat that if you wanted to, but I think it's an acquired taste. Folks have asked me to show the baiting in the pots. There's 2 different types of pots. This one with the 2 entrances has got a bait bag. So all you'll do is, there is a bag in there that you'll put soft bait, and it's got a drawstring on top of it, and it sits in the middle of the pot like that. Whereas this pot here that has a top entry on it, what you do is you'll take things like this rockling, and around that entrance there is an elasticated band, and all you do is you'll fix your bait when you're not rocking around all over the place like that. Look, so that bait is fixed into that band there, it's held in place, so anything coming up to this pot here can smell it, crawls up on top, falls down in the hole, can't get out. That's how that one works. Anyway, I'm going to finish rebaiting these pots, sort out the ropes, get them shot back. Clean down and we'll get the next ones. Get out from under me feet! Freaking thing. Halfway climbing up my leg. Come on, last one. Right. Ropes, combination of slippy ropes and that wind. Whew. Doesn't help that the middle part got stuck around the rock. Whew. Well, they're here now. Wasn't the easiest haul I've ever had in my life, but we got them. Get out. Alright, well you can stay there then. Undersized edible, undersized edible, another undersized edible. Let go. Undersized edible. And an undersized lobster. And one edible crab that has been a real nuisance. Oh, there you go. You can't get hold of their body and pull, because all they'll do is you'll just pull their claws and their legs off. So you need to get hold of their claws and pull from the claws. Yeah, you saw there it was hanging on tight. A couple of rocks. That bait bag there is completely empty. So yeah, they've been well fed. What is going on here with this slop? In this one, we have 3 lobsters and 4 crabs. Undersized, undersized, another undersized, same again, and another rock. Got to wonder how these get in there, because I don't think they climb in by themselves. Little tiny lobster, slightly better but still well undersized. Lovely blue, that one. And you, what am I going to make of you? Where's my tape? Where's my tape? I've got a feeling this one's going to be just under. Yeah. 88, 89. So 1 mil, 2 mil undersized, something like that. See you next year. Now in this pot we have a good one. Another velvet. Now you can keep these velvets, but you're only allowed a maximum of like 5 crabs a day, and this counts as one of them. You'd need 20 to make a sandwich. That is all that's left of a big monkfish skull. So they pick it clean, don't they? Absolutely picked clean. That's why I do my best to reuse stuff. Like if I've got any carcasses left over out like that, that's what goes into the pots, because then nothing goes to waste. You turn something that you would be discarding back into the ocean into a lobster, because he is an absolute bruiser. Oh, he's a good 110. Yeah, that's a definite keeper, that one. And you, what's to be said about you, little lady? How big are you? Oh, another 89. So another 1mm undersize. It wouldn't matter anyway, we've got our two. If you're unlicensed, if you're not a commercial fisherman like me, I do this for my pleasure. You're only allowed 2 lobsters per day. Well, I have my 2 lobsters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue, and I'm going to go and do my other fleet as well, because they've been sat for 4 or 5 days, and if there's anything in them, like any fish or up like that, they'll die, they'll get eaten. If I find a bigger lobster than one of the 2 that I've got there, I'll swap it out. You only take 2. Let's get these pots rebaited. In the cooking videos I get people saying, oh, I wish I could smell what you can smell. Right now you do not want to smell what I can smell. These doggies stink. Wasn't an easy one. Yes, come on. Tell you what, that was another hard one. Oh, I'm glad to get them up. Yeah, again, second pot stuck. It's easier when it's the first one, and it's easier when it's the last one. But the middle one is just a nuisance. I don't know how well you saw there, because all I did was I just pulled it as tight as I could and tied it around the cleat, and then steamed the boat around astern slowly to try and find out which way it was snagged. And you saw the boat lean over as it put some pressure on it, and then when it popped back up, that was when the pot came through. Right, let's quickly have a look what's in them. In this one we have more rocks, little male spider crab, and some undersized edible crabs, and a velvet. Whoa, feisty little lass. Undersized, undersized, little spider, quite a large female spider there. You can tell she's a female by that big pad she's got underneath there, look. Like a cannonball. And that's the larger male, well, that's the larger of them in the pot. Still not big enough to keep. Spider crab. Get off. Another male edible. Oh, we've got Jeremy. Whoop. Tiny one. And a little tiny lobster. So yeah, no winners, but well, thankfully I've already got our 2 keepers. These ones have been checked, been cleaned. I think the next time round I am gonna take these ashore and pressure wash them off, because they're growing corals and seaweeds and everything all over them. Rebait them, shot them back somewhere else. Big clean down now. Oh, well, it was hard earned, but I call that a success. What do you think you're doing? You finished? Yes, I call that a success. We have 2 fantastic lobsters there. He's an absolute bruiser, that one. Yeah, 2 crackers. And also a stinking great octopus as well. Still very much alive. To give you a quick anatomy of these guys, you can see their eyes on either side. This is their body part. All of these legs lead into a beak right in the centre of there. I was about to say they propel themselves along by jetting water out of that little side there, and he just did it to show you. An absolute handful. He's been walking round boat 2 or 3 times. Turned me back and he was halfway up my leg when I was hauling them pots up. There was a friend of mine, when he saw me catching a couple of them last year. Ooh, sun's right in the eyes now. There was a friend of mine when he saw me catching one of them last year. He was like, "Oh, I'd love to try eating one of those." So that is going to go to a friend of mine. He's going to eat that tonight. And you two are coming home with me. I hope you enjoyed joining me. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later. I get splashed right on the lens. Ugh.